Dust of Ben. Yes, Father Paul, there is no problem. My family and I are already in obedience to the federal government and to the orders of the church, and may God help the world on those hard times. He turned off his little phone while he was leaving the walk-in clinic in which he works as a certified clinical medical assistant. He was sad because he would not attend the Mass of the Feast of the Cross because of government orders to restrict gatherings. He drove into his car remembering the early days, more than 10 years ago, when he was still at Cairo, Egypt, on the middle of the swine flu events and the bird flu, and the concomitant arrogance of ignorance, the denial of that reality, and disbelief even by some medical field workers. He smiled bitterly while remembering his message to the late former editor Mr. Ibrahim Sauda in response to one of those persons who so-called medical personnel, as well as he appeared before his eyes the memories of his joint book with his hospital colleague Dr. Mohammed Gabon about swine flu. He turned the engine of his old car, which he was struggling to do not like it more than his creator. And he walked in the direction of his home while he remembered the flood of questions from his countrymen in a church meeting 2 weeks ago. The questions came from anxious and anticipating eyes. And the minds were much more aware than the ones that believed what was known in the media as the Kafta machine. This thing was believed and promoted by some of the old friends of him working in the medical field, and he broke his relationship with them because they believed in that fake machine. The questions were about prevention, treatment and medical situation. He efforts to answer what was discussed earlier in the book of swine flu, and old words on his medical blog, and what is reported in the sites of the White House, the American Health Administration, and the World Health Organization. There is only one question, whether the coronavirus is innovative or not. Or perhaps it has gone out of obedience to its creators. Because an innovative virus can be obedient more than a non-innovator. Corona was a chocolate brand that he did not like. Here in the country of his great-uncle and his adopted father Mr. Japheth, he loves Hershey chocolate. His great-uncle and adoptive father, Mr. Japheth, who managed to some extent to soften his steel mind and whiten his black hair. However, he could not approach his volcanic heart and his serious method of rooting his wife, 2 daughters, and his puppy in the country of Mr. Japheth. Scientists do not classify viruses from living. Coronavirus is not a living being. Perhaps it is like the dust that Mr. Shaimai, the son of Gera, once spread. He arrived at his house and got out of his car, and he is sad because he will not attend the Mass of the Feast of the Cross, Thursday, the 19th of March 2020. He contemplated the sky and wondered from his volcanic heart if the blackness of the sky was the blackness of iron. With his eyesight, he tried to penetrate beyond the iron heaven to see if the Creator laughing and scoffing at the children of Adam. Does the Creator hate our holidays, our schools, our gatherings, and our activities? We need the 2 masters, King Manasseh, and the writer Ezra. No escape. The Creator rejected us and will revive us. The day will come when he orders Solomon, and Solomon executes his orders. And if Solomon did not hear the order from him, then his wife, his 2 daughters, and even his puppy would one day issue the order to Solomon to kill the son of Gera. And his dust,